Welcome to Sean Can't Cook, but John Can. Sean and I have been actors for many years, but I assure you, this is no act. He really can't cook. I'm going to teach Sean and you at home how to feel more comfortable in the kitchen, preparing tasty recipes that even the most novice of cooks can create. I will show you step by step how to construct each dish so that when your friends come over, they'll ask, "How'd you learn how to make that?" If you already know how to cook, I hope you'll find a few recipes to add to your repertoire. Let's see what's on today's menu. Hello, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 1 of Sean Can't Cook, but John Can.
I really can't.
He can't. He's getting better. You need a new tagline.
Oh,
we'll work on that. You mentioned this a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn basics. I want to learn how to cook a chicken breast. We did chicken teriyaki, because I'm not just going to throw chicken on a pan and cook it.
Right.
We kicked it up a little bit. Today we're having kicked up turkey burgers. You can also make them with beef. You can make them with whatever protein you want. But we're making burgers today for you. So let's get started with the Sean Cam, show you what goes into these, and we'll come back and put them all together. The ingredients that you will need to make the burgers are 1 pound of ground protein. Today we are using ground turkey. Don't use turkey breast, it's a little bit dry. 1/4 of a cup of unseasoned breadcrumbs. 1 large egg. 1½ teaspoons of chili paste and 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard. You can use whichever kind of mustard you would like. And the spice blend that we have is 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon of rubbed sage, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika, 3/8 of a teaspoon of chili powder, 3/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried parsley. The equipment that you will need is a bowl to mix everything together and a spoon to mix everything except for the meat, which we will blend by hand, and a fry pan and spatula to turn it over. I'm using non-stick. I prefer that. You can use any fry pan. Sometimes I use the cast iron griddle that you may have seen in other episodes. And that's it. Let's make some burgers. Now that you know what goes into the kicked up turkey burgers, we're going to put it all together. So we're going to mix everything together and do the meat last. If you saw our meatball episode, I'm sure you did, I put that in last. This lets us know if this needs a little more moisture or not. So if you don't like eggs, don't eat eggs, you don't have to put the egg in if you don't want to. So we're going to put the egg in, the breadcrumbs. You can throw all of those spices in.
All right.
I'm going to put the chili sauce and mustard in. And again, if you don't like some of these spices, feel free to leave them out. I just wanted something a little bit jazzier, a little bit more spicy, a little kicked up. But again, you can adjust and adapt. Let's get that all out of the way, any way you want. So, we're just going to mix this up. Again, if you don't like the egg, you can leave that out. Just put a little milk in if you want. Okay, we'll let you do that. Mm-hmm. So, we'll get the plate ready.
Oh boy, that's really... You
So,
weren't kidding.
It's funny, I came up with this literally by pulling spices out of my pantry and said, this all looks good, let's put this in. Usually if I make something, I've made it many, many times. I made these once, and we both liked them. We said, hey, this is good. So,
very good.
How
do you know when this is all...
When it's all combined together, you'll know. So that looks good. It's not runny, so you don't want that because then the burger will just fall apart. You don't want it too dry, because you want some moisture. And turkey is, if you use beef, it's got a little bit more fat in it. So
is this typical to make a thing like this to flavor something like that? Is this just
I mean, as you learned with the meatballs, it's just a good way to flavor everything. I just like to do it before I put the meat in because now you can see, oh, this is perfect consistency.
I like the control because then you haven't thrown your meat in, then you've like something, and then
So
you're
I'm
trying
going
to
to give you this.
fit it afterwards. Okay, cool.
And you can take the spoon away because I didn't use it. I thought we were going to need that. We'll use the spatula instead. So we're going to put the turkey in. I'll give you that.
Yep.
So hands are clean, going in, and you just want to make sure that this all gets mixed together. So I'm going to push this all together, and we'll come back and form them and show you what they look like. One of us has made a big fat mess. The other one is nice and clean, but we're going to get his hands in here. So we're going to portion these out.
So how many would this make?
So that's up to you. I usually make 4 out of this. If you wanted bigger burgers, you can do that. I just sort of guess at fourths, you know, trying to pull out 1, 2, 3, 4. You can weigh these if you wanted to be really specific.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have my little scale. But you can just sort of guess. This one seems a little big. So, in fact, it's really big. So, there, you've got 4.
Okay, so what do
So
we
you
do?
just want to, boy, my hands really are a mess.
So what do I do?
So you just want to roll it sort of in a ball first.
Really?
What?
It was colder than I expected.
Well, yeah, well, that's good. I
No, I know.
It hasn't been sitting out.
I was like, ooh.
So you just want to make a little patty. And I make mine a little thicker. You could make them really thin if you want.
Will these shrink in cooking?
Not a whole lot because of the fact that it's turkey. It's a little bit lean. It's not turkey breast. I've said that a few times, I think now. Turkey breast
so
is
small,
just really...
okay.
What's that?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can make these ahead of time too. You can make them earlier in the day, and you'll have them. I'll give you a little more for that one.
Is that mine?
Yeah.
All right.
You can make them earlier in the day, cover them, put them in the refrigerator. That way, when dinner time comes, they're ready to go. These are great on the grill. We don't have a grill, unfortunately.
Oh, I wish
yet.
we did.
Someday we will. So when you make them on the grill, a little trick is you put a little thumbprint in. Because what happens is when you put them on the grill, sometimes they curl up. So that's supposed to help keep that from doing that. But we're doing them in a fry pan, so...
You could really see the spices, too.
Yeah. I mean, these are kicked up.
Kicked up.
Burgers, yes. So, yeah, you make them as thick or as thin as you want. But, there you go.
Kind of getting into this.
Yeah, oh gosh. Well, there's only 4 to make, so
Oh.
sorry. So, we're going to go wash our hands and put these in the fry pan and get them started. So, we'll be right back. The burgers have been cooking for about 6 minutes on one side. We're going to flip them. Again, the cross-contamination thing. If you've flipped them and it hasn't touched raw meat, you can keep using it. If you think it has, get another one. This is nylon, so it won't scratch the nonstick, so let's go take a look. So, we're going to flip. Get a little crusty. Now, I've touched raw meat, so I'm going to change this out. I'm very conscientious of that, and I've just ripped one up. Okay, so...
You're doing great.
Let's form this back. That has never, I don't think, ever happened to me in my life. So yeah, we're going to definitely get another spatula. So we're going to flip, and you can press these down a little bit to flatten them, because they will puff up as they cook a little bit. But as you see, they haven't really shrunk that much.
Nope.
So we're going to let these go for another 5 or 6 minutes on this side, and we're going to check the temperature with the thermometer. And if you don't have one, we'll talk about that too. Be right back. I've got my handy dandy instant read thermometer. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can cut one open, make sure that it looks cooked. You don't want to make sure that there's no raw meat in the middle, but I like these. They're kind of handy. So let's take a look.
How does this thing
work?
work?
You just stab it in, and it's pretty quick. So
Oh, there's the number I see.
And it goes. So we're at 160. You want to get to about 165 for ground turkey. They're going to cook a little bit when you take them off. So that should be good. We'll let this go for another minute or two. I've also got, as you see, a bun in there, toasting away.
Nice.
I like to get a little crust on the bun. You can choose to do that or not. So I flip these over, and they've got a nice little crust on top, which is great, but they're not dried out. So who's ready for a turkey burger?
Oh, I am.
Let's eat. Kicked up turkey burgers? Who's ready for one? I am. This is my lunch. So I like a bun. I like lettuce, tomato, onion. I put a little mustard, and instead of ketchup, I'm going to put a little bit more chili sauce on because that's what I like. Because I'm going to kick it up even further.
You certainly
But
are.
you can. That's right. You can put on whatever you want. But I like a lot of stuff on mine. So I'm going to take a bite and try it, and you're going to talk a little bit.
Yeah, so I like things plain. I have like nothing on mine. But I want to look at the inside real quick.
Make sure if I did my job right.
I know. You can show everybody. I think. Look at that.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's
it looks really great.
It's perfect.
Smells great.
As I eat. It's very moist.
Mm-hmm.
You can taste all the spices. I'm happy with my spice blend.
Mm-hmm.
You said to me when I made this the first time that was probably the best burger that I've ever made for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay, a win.
Totally. It's very good.
It's got a kick to it. The sage I put in because of turkey and Thanksgiving, I think of that. So I thought, why not put a little sage in? So I kind of like that. I can taste that little bit of sage just goes a long way in there. So we hope you like these. We hope you'll try them and adapt them to whatever way you want to. Please subscribe down below somewhere to us. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Sean can't cook, but John can. And keep cooking, because you know what? He helped make these. You can make these at home too. So.
Maybe I even made this patty.
He might have even made that.
It could be that one. I don't know.
Who knows? They all taste the same. They're all good. So happy cooking, and we'll see you next time. Time to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
It's all dressed up to go somewhere. Mine's all dressed down.
Adaptable cooking. See you next time.